Hi guys! Today we're going to do a deep stretch practice. So if you have a block, go ahead and grab it. If not, it's optional, you don't need it. We're going to start in a seat. We're going to bring the left leg on the bottom and then place the right shin just above the left. So you have a perfect triangle with your legs. If you have a big space here, you can use that block or maybe a throw pillow to fill in that empty space and to give you a little extra support. Let's sit up nice and tall. You can place your hands on your knees or your thighs, whatever feels more comfortable. But relax the shoulders, close your eyes, and let's take a few deep breaths, becoming present on the mat, letting go of anything that's not serving us in this moment. We're going to inhale through the nose to the count of 4, and we're going to exhale through the mouth to the count of 8, repeating that 3 times. Let's inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Gently open your eyes. We're going to take the left elbow and gently place it on the right thigh. We're going to place the right hand just on top, twisting over to the right. A very gentle twist here. Don't overdo it. Don't push your body. Let's take 3 full breaths. And come back to center. We're going to switch the legs now. So let's place the right on the bottom, left on top. Again, same thing. If you need to fill in that space, go for it. We're going to place the right elbow on the left thigh and place the left hand just on top of the right, gently twisting over to the left. Take 3 full breaths here. And come back. We're going to unravel the legs and we're going to come into tabletop. Go ahead and curl your toes and let's sit back on the heels, walk those hands out and place your forehead on the mat, stretching through the feet, stretching through the upper back. Take a few deep breaths here. And we're going to round through, flatten through the feet, and come into upward facing dog. Drop the knees, curl the toes, sit back on those heels. Again, round through that spine, flatten through the feet, coming into upward facing dog. Shoulders away from the ears. Drop the knees, curl the toes, sit back. Round through, flatten through the feet, upward facing dog. And come back to your tabletop. We're going to do a version of cat-cow, so kind of make it your own here. Hands are directly under the shoulders, knees directly under the hips. We're going to open it up, maybe round through. You can bend through the elbows. Just really fluid movements here. Arching and then rounding the spine. Nice, soft, gentle breath. And let's reverse the circle. And come back to a neutral spine. We're going to curl the toes and come into our first down dog. take a moment here, stretch through the backs of the legs, bending one knee, maybe lifting that foot off the ground, and then the other. Switching sides, adding your breath. And let's inhale the right leg high to three-legged dog. Exhale, bend that knee, open up that hip. We're going to inhale, bring that knee to chest, and exhale, step that foot up between the hands. Drop down on that back leg. We're going to take a moment and just sink forward, pop up on those fingertips, open up through the chest. Inhale and exhale. We're going to come into runner's lunge, flexing that foot. You can keep a bend in that knee as well if it feels more comfortable. This is also a great place for 2 blocks or even 1. We're going to bring nose to knee. And let's come back to our low lunge. Open up through the chest, pop up on the fingertips, sink forward into that hip. Inhale and exhale. Let's come back into runner's lunge one more time. Nose to knee. Inhale and exhale. Coming forward back to our lunge. Let's place that block on the inside of the right foot or your fingertips if you don't have a block. We're going to reach around, lift that back foot. See if you can grab a hold of the heel or the top of the foot. And we're going to sink forward, bringing that heel towards the glute. If you want, you can gaze back at the back of your mat. And let's hold this for 3 breaths. And gently release. Move the block over to the side. Place both hands on either side of that foot. Lift the back leg. And let's slide it back. Coming into plank. We're going to drop the knees. Chest and chin to the mat. But very lightly place the chin on the mat. So we're using our arm strength here. Flatten through the feet. And come on to your belly. Hands come down by your side. We're going to interlace our hands behind our back. Roll the shoulders open. Inhale, lift, pressing the tops of the feet and the hips into the mat. And exhale, release. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale, lift. And exhale, release. 1 more time. Inhale, open it up. And exhale, release. Hands come under your shoulders, curl the toes. Come back to tabletop and back to down dog. Take a moment, stretch through the legs, lifting one, straightening through the other. Natural breathing here. Once you've done that a few times, we're going to inhale, left leg high to 3-legged dog. Exhale, bend that knee, open up that hip. Make sure shoulders are square to the front of the mat. And we're going to inhale, knee to chest. Exhale, step that foot up. Drop it down. Pop up on your fingertips, open up through the chest, sink forward. Inhale. And exhale. Sorry if it's loud, I have the window open because it's nice and cool here and it feels so good. Let's come into runner's lunge. Again, you can keep a bend in that knee, flexing through the foot, nose to knee. Inhale. and exhale. Coming back to our lunge, hop up on the fingertips, open up. Inhale and exhale. Come on back to your runner's lunge. Deep breath in. Empty out the exhale. Roll through that foot, come back to your lunge. We're going to place the right hand on the inside of that left foot, or you can use a block here. We're going to reach around to the back of the mat, lift that foot, grab a hold, sink forward, and bring the heel towards the glute, just enough to feel a nice soft stretch. Don't overdo it. Hold for 3 full breaths. Gently release. Move the block to the side. And we're going to lift the back leg, slide that leg back, coming into your plank. Drop down on the knees, chin and chest, very lightly on the mat. Flatten through the feet. And come onto your belly. We're going to inhale, roll the shoulders open, upward facing dog. Exhale, drop the knees, curl the toes, and come back to down dog. Take a few breaths, stretch through the backs of those legs. Lifting one, straightening through the other. And we're going to inhale the right leg high to three-legged dog. Exhale, bend that knee, open up that hip. We're going to inhale, knee to chest. We're going to exhale. We're going to place that right foot just on the outer edge of the mat. Come up onto your left tippy toes. You should feel a nice deep stretch in that leg. Take 3 breaths here. Go ahead and bend through that leg and come back to your down dog. We're going to inhale again, right leg high to three-legged dog. Exhale, bend that knee. We're going to inhale and exhale. Step that foot up, halfway on, halfway off the mat, coming into lizard pose. Drop down on that back leg. We're going to walk the hands out. And you can stay up on your hands if you feel a nice stretch and you don't want to go any further, or drop down to your forearms. Make sure the shoulders are make sure the elbows are directly under your shoulders. You can also roll onto the outside of that right foot for an additional stretch. We're going to hold it here for 3 breaths. And come back, coming up onto your hands. We're going to curl the toes. And from here, I want you to just heel toe, coming into pigeon pose. Hips are square to the front. The right knee is towards the right side of your mat. Again, we're going to walk those hands out, and if you want to stay up just like that, or drop down to your forearms, or come all the way down to forehead. Let's hold this for 3 full breaths. And gently lift your head, walk those hands back in. We're going to place the left elbow just in front of the right knee. Place the right hand just on top, and again twist over to the right side of your mat. 3 full breaths. bring those hands back. Curl the back toes, slide that leg back, coming into your plank. Drop your knees, chest and chin, flatten through the feet. And come on to your belly. We're going to do some baby cobras here. Press the tops of the feet into the mat, hips into the mat. Inhale, roll the shoulders open. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. And exhale, lower. Curl the toes, bend the knees, come into your tabletop, and then down dog. Take a moment, pedal or lift one foot and then the other. Nice natural breaths here. Coming back to your down dog, we're going to inhale the left leg high to three-legged dog. Exhale, bend that knee. Inhale. We're going to exhale, step that foot halfway on, halfway off the mat. Drop down on that back leg. Walk those hands out and drop it down, or you can stay up on your hands. If you want even more of a stretch, you can roll to the outside of that left foot. 3 full breaths here. And come on back to that foot. Lock those hands up. We're going to lift up on that back leg and then heel toe that foot over to the right side of your mat. Bend through that leg, coming into your pigeon pose. Walk those hands out. You can come down to your forearms or come all the way down to forehead. Hold here for 3 full breaths. And slowly lift your head. Walk those hands in. We're going to bring the right elbow just in front of the left knee and place the left hand on top of the right hand, twisting to the left side. 3 deep breaths here. And walk those hands back to front. Curl the back toes, slide that leg back, coming into plank. We're going to come right to down dog. Take a moment, pedal through the feet, take some breaths. Back to your down dog. We're going to inhale that left leg high to three-legged dog. Exhale, bend that knee. Inhale, knee to chest. Exhale, we're going to place that left foot just on the edge, the outer edge of the mat. Come onto your right tippy toes for a nice deep stretch. You should feel it all the way up the backside of your leg. Full breaths here. And come back to your down dog. We're going to take a few steps, crisscrossing, roll through the feet, coming all the way to the top of the mat. As you get closer, pop up onto your fingertips and come into your forward fold. Gentle bend in the knees, belly melts towards the thighs. Relax through the upper back, the arms, the neck. Take some full deep breaths here. And we're going to place the fingertips on the mat. We're going to step actually heel toe your feet together first. We're going to step the right foot behind the left. And we're going to walk our hands over to the right. Take deep, full breaths here. Let's walk our fingertips now over to the left side of the mat. Still relaxing through the shoulders and the neck. Taking some deep breaths here. If you need to keep a bend in the knees, that's absolutely fine. And let's come back. Feet come together. We're going to bring the left foot behind the right now. And we're going to walk our hands over to the left side of the mat. And walk over to the right. And back to the top of the mat. Feet come back together. Heel toe to hip width distance. Bend through the knees, come back to your forward fold. Let's slowly roll it up. Inhale, reach arms overhead, and exhale, hands to heart. Again, inhale, arms overhead, steeple grip, pointer fingers are out, relax the shoulders. We're going to exhale, bring the hands over to the right, hips out to the left. Come back to center, inhale, and exhale over to the left, hips out to the right. Nice long spine. And come back. You can stay at the top of your mat. I'm going to come to the center just so I have a little more room. Coming into mountain pose. Sorry, I have an eyelash in my eye. I hate when that happens. It's super annoying, especially when you're trying to do yoga. All right, Tadasana. So we're rooted through all four corners of both feet, equally into the ground. Active through the legs, lift the kneecaps, slight tuck of the pelvis, open through the ribs, relax the shoulders down your back. Hands to heart. We're going to bring the weight into the left foot as we bend the right leg. With my right peace fingers, I'm going to grab the big toe on my right foot. Maybe you stay here, or if you feel comfortable, stretch it out in front. You can keep a bend in your knee. Left arm can come out for counterbalance. Hold for 3 breaths. Bend through that leg, and let's stretch it out to the right now. You can use a wall or a chair, and again, you can keep a bend in your knee. 3 breaths, and release. Shake it out. We're going to take it to the other side now, so make sure your stance is nice and strong. Standing up nice and tall, hands to heart. We bring the weight into the right foot. With the peace fingers, we're going to grab that left toe. Right arm can come out for counterbalance. 3 full breaths. Bend through that leg, and let's bring it out to the left side. 3 full breaths, keeping your focus on one spot. And gently release. Shake it out. Back at the top of the mat, we're going to inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, dive it down. Inhale, halfway lift, hands to the shins, nice long spine from crown of the head to the tailbone. And exhale, fold. Hands to the mat, step back to your plank. Drop your knees. We're going to come into frog pose, so let's begin in tabletop. We're going to slowly walk the knees as wide as the mat. If you're able to go a little further, we want the insides of the feet on the ground. So the insides of my feet are on the ground. Once you feel a nice stretch, no strain, we're going to bring the elbows down, just under the shoulders, hands flat on the mat. Nice long neck here. We don't want to let the neck hang, so keep it in line with the spine. And take 3 full breaths. We're going to pop back up onto our hands, and to come in, we'll bring 1 foot and then 1 knee and then 1 foot until we're back to tabletop. We're going to come into our plank and bring knees, chest and chin to the mat, flatten through the feet. Come on down to your belly. We're going to come into Sphinx pose. So we're going to bring the elbows again directly under the shoulders. Hips are pressed into the mat. Tops of the feet are pressed into the mat. Belly is lifted off of the mat. So we're not relaxed here, we're like lifted. From here, I'm going to reach for my right heel or the top of that foot and stretch that heel to glute. 3 full breaths. Don't overdo it. And release. Let's take it to the left side now. Grab that heel or the top of that foot and stretch heel to glute. 3 full breaths. And release. We're going to bring both hands under both shoulders. Come back to tabletop and swing the legs around. We're going to cross the right leg over the left in a seated pigeon. I'm going to bring the left foot in. You can bring hands behind you, either fingertips facing your back or towards the back of your mat. You can walk it in a little further, keeping both feet flexed. Take 3 full breaths here. And let's just walk that left foot out. And switch sides now. Left leg crosses over the right. I'm going to step the right foot in for a deeper stretch, flexing that foot. 3 full breaths, keeping a nice long spine. And walk that right foot out and release. I'm going to face you so I have a little bit more room, but we want to start with the feet flat. We're going to grab both toes with both peace fingers. I'm going to open up through my chest, keep my spine nice and long, neck nice and long, and start by stretching one leg at a time. Again, keep the chest nice and open. And the left. And maybe try both. The more open your chest is, the better balance you'll have, and the longer your spine is, the better balance you'll have. 3 breaths if you're able to hold it. If you're just starting out and you're a beginner, you can practice this by placing a block just at your lower back. It will help give you something to lean back on. Just like we do boat pose, it's a great modification. Keep your block handy if you have one. If you don't, you can use a pillow for our ab exercises, or maybe like a box of this size, something lightweight about this size. We're going to slowly roll back. We're going to bring our block just to our knees. We're going to lift our upper back off of the mat, nice long neck. So we're holding the block with our elbows and with our knees. You should start to feel this in your core. Make sure you're breathing. We're going to take it one step further and bring the right leg out and bring it in. And then the left and bring it in. And then the right, bring it in. And then the left. You could definitely use a throw pillow for this. Please do not hold your breath here. Very slow, controlled movements. One more. Lay your head back. Put the block to the side. Hug your knees into your chest. Give yourself a rock back and forth. Go ahead and bring nose to knees. And we're going to come into happy baby. So we're going to grab the outsides of both feet, keeping the tailbone flat on the mat. Lift the feet towards the sky and bring your knees towards the mat without lifting your tailbone. You're not going to feel it as much if your tailbone is lifted. So flatten through that tailbone first and then push down through the feet. Not too hard. Again, a very soft stretch. You don't want to feel a strain. You don't want to hurt your body and overdo it. Let's take 3 full breaths here. And release. We're going to bring both legs over to the right side, keeping both shoulder blades on the mat. Bring both arms out to your sides in a T formation. And let's cross the bottom leg over the top. Again, keeping both shoulder blades on the mat. And come back. Both knees over to the left. Shoulder blades are on the mat. I'm going to cross the bottom leg over the top. 3 full breaths here. And release. Let's turn over to one side and slowly, slowly come up. Short and sweet practice. I feel like it was really gentle. My body definitely feels so much better. I hope yours does too. I think any beginner can do this practice. We're going to finish in a seat. Feel free to sit up on your block if you'd like. But those ab exercises though, ooh, you're going to feel that tomorrow. Well, I will. I don't know about you. But anyways, we're going to finish like we always do with some positive affirmations that we're going to do on our inhale in our mind. So I am loved, I am worthy, I am smart, I am capable, I am strong. Whatever your positive affirmations are for today, we're going to do that on the inhale as we bring our arms over our head. And as we exhale or release our we're going to release anything that's not serving us with each exhale. So maybe that's insecurities or envy or feeling down on yourself. Maybe whatever it is, anything you want to work on, we're gonna release those burdens with each exhale. All right, let's inhale, reach the arms overhead. Hold the breath. And let it go. Really empty that exhale. Let's do that one more time. Deep breath in. Hold the breath. And let it go. Hands at heart center. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. I hope you can take at least one positive thing away from this practice into the rest of your day. And I hope to meet you back on the mat tomorrow. Have a great rest of your day. Namaste. You can always tell when it's been a few days since I've recorded because I'm like super like jumbly and rusty. I'm like, ugh, I can't talk. Words are hard. Bye guys.